And introducing yourself a little bit more in detail, we have our friend here, Clown.
Hello, I am Clown of the Solo Idol Act Circus Party. I like to sing, I like to dance, I like to tell stories, and this gives me an opportunity to do all three, so this is great. Thanks for having me.
No problem at all. I'm Sammy, that's Smooch. And I'm Arrow. It's a pleasure to meet you. I
It's a
like your
pleasure to meet you too.
I like your bow tie.
Thank you. It's actually just a red bandana.
Ooh. Oh, very creative. How are you today?
I'm doing pretty good. It's been kind of crazy with the weather this week because it's spring, so it's been kind of stormy, but I actually like the storms, so I've been enjoying it.
You don't get scared by the storms?
No, I feel like it's fun.
She hides under the blanket.
Yeah, I do. I hide all the time. I don't like it at all. It scares me.
I
That's
don't like
okay.
to get wet. Takes long for my fur to dry.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, and you smell funny too.
Says the person who hides in a bucket.
That's because I'm smelling you. Boy, it's so bad.
Let's get to the first normal question that will probably take part in this interview. What's your favorite music to do currently?
My favorite music that I currently listen to, is that what you said?
Yes.
Yes.
Don't mind,
Oh,
that's the dog.
this is a really hard question because I listen to so much different stuff. And this comes through like in my performances as well. I think a lot of idols just do J-pop, but I also listen to like my other favorite bands are They Might Be Giants, and I've really been liking the solo artist Hemlock Springs lately. And as far as J-pop goes, I like baby metal and I like Fruit Zipper and just everything and anything is what I listen to. So
Have you ever listened to the artist that Poppy?
Poppy?
Yeah, the one
yes,
I
yeah.
said.
She did a collab with Baby Metal and it was really good.
Hmm. How long have you been doing your being a clown?
um so I've been doing this specifically like circus party for it's about to be 3 years this summer. Um but I have been doing face painting and balloon animals and puppets and all that for I want to say like 5 years.
Wow.
What led you to come out the toy box, and was your toy box in a circus?
My toy box was not in a circus. So basically, what my backstory is I used to be a prize in a carnival booth, um, and I was won by this little girl, and her joy brought me to life. But then she kind of got older, and we stopped playing together, and I kind of like lost that for a while and like faded out of consciousness for a little bit. But then someone new picked me up, and um, it was an adult this time, which is like adults don't play with toys, but they can, and they do, as evidenced by my entire toy collection and my Raggedy Ann and Andy behind me and all that. And from there, I was brought to life once again by just kind of a love for all things whimsical and silly and fun, and that is what keeps me alive. So, what brought me out of the toy box is that just the opportunity to have fun and be silly and meet new people and make them smile. That's what brought me back.
So it kind of reminds me of Jessie from Toy Story and the sad parts.
Me too.
Yeah, that's definitely similar. Yeah.
That was very sad.
I love the songs from that movie.
Yes. Who? This may seem like a jump in topics, but who would be on what you would count as your clown Mount Rushmore?
My clown Mount Rushmore. I think I answered this question a few weeks ago because I did like a little ask me a question thing on my like Instagram story. Um, I'm really a big
Sorry
fan
for repeat question.
of this one specific clown who appears in the Ringling Brothers. I think it was 1989 How to Be a Clown VHS tape. She's just like she's this really cute clown. She's got like this yellow vest and yellow pants. She's got a huge bow and like red hair, and there's like cute little hearts all over her outfit. I'm describing her so that if anyone watches this How to Be a Clown VHS tape, you'll know what I'm talking about. But I really love her. She's like possibly my favorite clown ever. Other clowns that I love are Quackerjack from Darkwing Duck. And I really love, as far as real life clowns go, I love Kate the Clown. Cait. Kate the Clown, I think, is her social media stuff if you decide to look her up. Um, I really like Pietro from Animal Crossing. There's a lot of clowns that I love.
Her favorite's Doink, but that's more because she's a pro wrestling fan.
I've been really meaning to get into pro wrestling, honestly.
It's cool.
It is sewing one of the crafts you do? If so, did you make your own clown doll you showed on your Instagram?
Yeah, so sewing is like one of my, well, I wouldn't say it's one of my favorite hobbies. It's definitely one of the hobbies that I do a lot. I always joke that sewing is a lesson in anger management because your sewing machine will break all the time. But I do it a lot and I do actually enjoy it. I did make the doll that I show on my Instagram, and I also made my overalls that match. My main outfit overalls I made first, and then I used the leftover fabric from those to make the little doll version of myself.
Wow, that's really cool.
Really?
Thank you.
Very talented.
Who's your favorite Muppet?
My favorite Muppet. Okay, I have to ask for clarification on this question. Are we talking like the Muppets, like from the Muppet Show, or are we talking Muppets in general, like the Muppets and Sesame Street and Fraggle Rock and like all that other stuff too?
Either or.
Or just say
Either
me.
or. I'll give both my answers. So my favorite Muppet overall is Wembley Fraggle. I have a little plushie of him. He's on that shelf over there. I love him. My favorite Muppet from the Muppets is probably Gonzo, and then after that, Scooter.
Yeah, those are good ones.
Agreed. My favorite.
What's your
You
favorite?
can say your favorite.
My favorite's Kermit. I'm not sure what he's about to answer.
Kermit's pretty great too.
That one Sesame Street one, that's the one that's Sherlock Holmes.
Oh yes! Oh my gosh! I can't remember his name off the top of my head, but I know who you're
Yeah.
talking about.
Cool.
You got kind of questions?
I can't think of anything, but I just love her outfit and the whole vibe here.
Thank you.
How, did you have something?
No.
How'd you get introduced to Raggedy Ann?
How did I? So my great grandma, had some Raggedy Anns, and then when I was growing up, they were in my grandma's house. And I always just remember going to my grandma's house, and she always had these two little Raggedy Anns sitting on her shelf. I think it was a Raggedy Ann and an Andy actually, but I think she had more. And I don't know what it was about them. Something about them just like stuck with me. And then when the movie, the Raggedy Ann and Andy: A Musical Adventure, was uploaded to YouTube a few years ago, I watched it because like I already had some familiarity with Raggedy Ann and Andy, and I watched it, and it's such a weird movie. It's such a weird movie, but I loved it. And since then I've just been, reading all the old books and collecting them. I have several, not just the two that are back there. I have more.
Hmm.
I just love them.
Did you ever like the ones with the bonnets on?
Yes, those ones are
Right?
so cute. I feel like I could sew a cute little bonnet for my Raggedy Ann. I don't think that would be too hard, so I might actually think about doing that because I think they match her cute little, like, flowery dresses so well.
Definitely. She looked really good.
For once, we can agree.
Exactly. And we don't agree often.
Trust me, for the amount of times that I've seen Muppet-like activity, I can definitely agree to that. And funnily enough, I was just about to ask what you think of the Raggedy Ann musical.
Okay, so I really like the movie, and I really love all the songs. So the movie, all the songs and the stage musical both were composed by my favorite composer, Joe Raposo, who also did songs for Sesame Street. Um, and I love his music composition style. He did all the songs, so obviously that is a hit with me. The movie itself is like really, really weird, but it's really cute. And it feels very cozy to me. It feels very like friendly and heartfelt in a way that not a lot of stuff does. And I love uh 2D hand drawn animation. That's not something that you see a lot anymore. So the animation style is great. The voice casting is great. Anne's voice is it's so cute. It's perfect. Um, Character designs, everything. I love it. The stage musical, I I also like, but in like a different way. And there's some things that are like less favorable about it. Gets like a little racist with one of the characters, which I obviously would change if we brought it back.
Of course.
Um, but the stage musical is really interesting because it kind of takes like a really morbid turn, and it doesn't follow the same plot as the movie, even though they use a lot of the same songs. Uh, so it's kind of interesting.
Hmm. That's not nice. I don't like dark turns.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Besides for anything that involves Laura's Firefly Funhouse.
Yeah, well, that's your thing, though.
Yeah, doesn't
I
mean you aren't required to watch it.
want to see that movie. Is it just called Raggedy Ann?
So the movie is called Raggedy Ann and Andy: A Musical Adventure.
Okay.
I believe that there are two versions of it on YouTube. One is like a remastered version, and you can just watch the whole thing for free. It's old enough that nobody really cares to copyright strike it yet.
Yeah.
Hopefully it won't happen. Knock on wood, but for now it's available on YouTube for free.
Oh,
I had to knock on her wooden head.
at least this is paper. She does this to her all the time.
It's okay.
No, it ain't. What inspired your choice to do be an idol?
So, I am actually originally an illustrator, and in 2022, I did a artist alley table at a local convention. Um, and so I was managing my table, and I was like, I'm ready to take a break. I've been sitting here all weekend. And so I looked at the schedule to see like what other events were going on at the convention. And I saw that there was a dance performance, and I was like, "Oh, that sounds interesting." So I told my table partner, I was like, "Hey, can you watch our table, and then I'll be back in like an hour probably. I just need to take a break." And he was like, "Yeah, you can go take a break." So I went to the dance performance, and it was a performance. It was the debut performance of one of our local groups, Mifi, and I watched that and I was like, "Wow, that's so cool!" Because I had already been into previously. I had already been into like Vocaloid, and I was pretty familiar with like vaguely familiar with J-pop idol culture in Japan, but I didn't know that people were doing this in the United States. Um, and so I went and I saw Mifi perform, and I was like, oh my gosh, that's so cool. I drew them, I kept in touch, and I went to some of their other shows, and through that, I was introduced to more idols in my area. And then, one day you just start thinking, hey, I wonder if I could do this myself. And the answer is yes.
It was meant to be.
Definitely. I I saw. Let me have one question in this place. I saw on your story card you talk about like how your sets are very story inspired. You were, I assume it's probably by your lore, but is there any other stories that end up inspiring your set designs?
Yeah, so I try to. This is me speaking out of character, obviously. Whenever I make something, I try to keep it very true to the character. And like, is this something that Clown would do? Is this something that would happen? Um, and I try to keep it constrained within that world building that I've already made. But I do get other ideas. For example, my night set, my Night for a Day show, I'm really into Revolutionary Girl Itana and like fairy tales and that kind of stuff. So I wanted to make a show where I was a knight. So I was thinking about how would a toy be a knight, and that's how I came up with the idea of, oh, I'm going to save the princess from the music box that she's trapped in. Um, and I have some other ideas too. I want to do a show where I'm a detective. I want to do a show where I'm like kind of a toy robot type thing going on. And so I am definitely inspired by like a lot of different things. My detective one that I have was definitely inspired by this year's season of Precure, which is a magical girl show. And this year they're doing Detective Precure, and I've been watching that, so I was like, I kind of want to do a detective show. So yeah, I'm definitely inspired by a lot of different things, and obviously, like for my work in general, things like Raggedy Ann, things like Sesame Street, Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, and I just try to work those all in together in like some kind of crazy soup that I mix them all together.
Mr. Rogers is my favorite.
Yes.
He's great.
I love him. Who do you like, Sam?
I'd like to manage to keep track of our script, but I don't seem to manage to do that either. That's what I thought I was gonna get. No, what the how do you write this again? Oh, sorry. You did the Muppets lead at all to the doll choice inspiration?
Definitely. A lot of my doll making knowledge and things like that come from my puppet making knowledge because I actually do build puppets.
Wow.
And so I definitely used a lot of those skills, and obviously I started building puppets because of the Muppets and Fraggle Rock. So that inspiration is definitely there. I love the way that puppets are able to integrate fantasy into reality in a very physical way. And so toys are kind of an extension of that to me.
How many puppets have you made?
That's a really good question. I actually don't know because a lot of them have been given away or sold. Um, in my room, the ones that I've kept, I have I want to say like 7 in here with me.
Oh,
Incredible.
where can we see them at?
So this is exclusive for the people watching the interview, but if you're interested in learning more about my puppets, my art account is the username is at clownfetti, like clown confetti, but you like mash them. So it's clownfetti art is my art account username on Instagram.
Ooh, I'm gonna look that up.
Definitely gonna have to look that up since she can't figure out how any form of links works, apparently. No, YouTube scanning system. Sure, say that. Let me check what she wrote again. What inspired your heart cheek designs?
I felt like they were very clowny and also very Raggedy Ann somehow. So that's kind of it. My eye makeup is. I'm gonna go get one of them. Hold on.
Phoenix, before you say anything that could get us into trouble, remember they can hear us.
My eye makeup is like directly stolen.
Oh, I love it! Incredible!
And then my little hearts just kind of felt thematically, visually similar to something that Raggedy Ann and Andy would have. This is my cowboy Andy, by the way. He's a cowboy.
You never saw one like that before.
Bye.
Cool.
Do you have the cowgirl Andy?
I really want one. They do exist. I've been looking her up on eBay like nonstop because I really want to find one.
Good luck.
They're usually sold as a set, which makes finding just Anne really difficult. But I'm gonna do it.
You can do it.
What's your favorite song to warm up to?
Honestly, I should be better about warming up. I'm not very good about it. But, songs that I like to warm up to, this week I've been really loving Hacha Mecha Wacha Life by Fruit Zipper. And I really like, Starting Line by Alexis also. Those are two warm-up songs that I like to just dance around to.
Oh, that's so cool.
For vocal warm-ups, I have like these super stuffy, very high art, like Italian vocal warm-ups that my coach gave me when I had one. And I've just kind of kept those. They make me feel really pretentious.
Sometimes we all need moments like that for the sake of self-confidence. But
Yep.
what's your favorite? No, wait. You're jumping over questions that are going to make this harder later. What was your biggest inspiration for making Night for a Day?
Yeah, definitely Revolutionary Girl Utena. That's my favorite TV show, like, ever in the history of anything. If you're not familiar with it, it is about this girl who gets saved by a prince as a kid, and instead of being like, oh, I want to grow up and be a princess and marry the prince, she's like, I'm gonna be a prince, and I'm gonna go, like, save people, and I'm gonna go sword fight. Well, she doesn't want a sword fight, but she kind of gets accidentally dragged into, like, a sword fighting ring. But I really love that show. Other things, definitely, like, traditional fairy tales. You know, we have, like, the princess in a tower trope a little bit. Of course, she can get out of the tower whenever she wants, but just, like, things like that. I really love taking stories that everybody knows and putting my own little spin on it.
I love that.
That's definitely. What's your favorite craft to do?
My favorite craft to do, the one I do the most is sewing. Is that my favorite? Probably not, actually. I kind of like scrapbooking. I feel like that's really fun. I've been sculpting a lot of stuff with clay lately. And building puppets. I guess that's a combination of lots of different types of art. It's, you know, gluing and sculpting and sewing and all that, but it's a lot of fun.
Oh.
Truly. Let me see what she wrote here. Like, you'll actually let me read my own writing. No.
Let her read.
Do you do you hope to have more of the vibe when it comes to your performances, or bring energy of Mr. Rogers or the Muppets?
I'm sorry, my verbal processing like shut down for a moment. Could you repeat that question?
I'll repeat it. Of course you will. What led you? Well, no, wait. Yes, because you can read. Well, do you hope to have more of the vibe or energy of Mr. Rogers or the Muppets?
Oh, okay. I feel like honestly a pretty solid mix between the two. I want there to be times when I am at more of a like slower pace and having more of like a very comforting kind presence like Mr. Rogers. But then I also want there to be times when things are just like chaotic and silly and fun, and very like in your face, like the Muppets are. So I would say it definitely depends on the specific show that I'm doing. And I also want bits and pieces of both of them throughout my work.
Do you want to add something since you're determined to be on camera right now?
No, I just like to be seen.
Of course you do.
Of course.
Let me look here. Let me look here. How about I do this one? What led you to learn balloon animals?
I like clowns. I like clowns and I wanted to be a clown. And I was like, it seems pretty easy. It's a lot harder than it looks. Um, but I really enjoy it. And now that I've learned it, I really like seeing just how happy it makes people. Like even if you're grown up, you still like to get a balloon animal. One of my favorite ones to make is like this stupid little flower hat. It looks like a flower growing out of your head, and every time I make it for someone, they start going like this, and the flower will go back and forth, and it's just really funny. It's a lot of fun.
Does it scare you if they pop?
It does. So I try my best. That happened a lot when I started doing balloon animals, but now I feel like I'm more prone to underfilling the balloons just because I'm so afraid of them popping.
No.
Like you are?
Remember when you were little, you were afraid of balloons.
We do not need to talk about that in this interview.
Any balloon.
No. Please, no. And which balloon animal is your favorite to make?
It might be the flower hat. But I also really like, I can do like a turtle or a ladybug or just like a little friend who's like a bracelet. And you can just like wear it on your arm and then you have like a turtle on your arm. And that's pretty fun.
Oh, that's cool. You can take your friend everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Like she does with you.
Yes, exactly. Do you have more questions?
Trying to not lose my spot for a sec on this. How does Mr. Rogers affect you as an inspiration?
I feel like he was very grounded in a way that is very hard to replicate and in a way that a lot of children's media now struggles with. I think that, uh, like, okay, first of all, yeah, I watch a lot of kids' media. I think a lot of stuff now, this isn't me hating on it, by the way. I actually still love a lot of modern children's media, but I feel like there is now more of a tendency to shy away from addressing things in not necessarily a serious way, but in a very direct way. I'm having a hard time explaining what I mean, but uh he was just always very like very heartfelt with the viewer. And you could tell that like he meant what he was saying and he really cared so deeply about what he was doing. And not that the people working on stuff now don't. They obviously do, and they do so much. But I feel like the fact that it was him directly, uh, you know, on the camera, and he was writing it, and he was producing it, and he was on the screen, and he was playing with the puppets. He was able to connect with the viewer in such a special way that's really hard to replicate. And I just really love that, and I want to kind of be able to channel that a little bit, hopefully.
I bet you do.
Definitely. What was your inspo for Idol Topsy Turvy?
So there are a lot of events that pop up here and there, just to give idols a space to perform, and I love going to them. And I love being in them, but a lot of them are quite selective with what songs you're allowed to perform. They want, specifically J-pop, specifically anime songs, which I do sometimes, and I do enjoy doing those songs. But for me, with having so many, like, Western media and bands and music as my inspiration, I want to be able to branch out a little bit more. I want to be able to do songs from Sesame Street. I want to be able to do songs by They Might Be Giants. I want to be able to do, all the silly things that I grew up with as well, and things that I feel fit my character more than a lot of the songs that other idol festivals are looking for. And so I felt like this kind of dissonance between, I guess, my artistic vision and what other people were doing in a way. And I was thinking, if I feel this way, a lot of other people probably also feel this way. And I just wanted to make a space for all the people who feel similarly to just kind of be able to do what they want and express themselves in that way too.
It's nice when you can form that connection.
Definitely.
Definitely. Is I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing her name, but Casena Tito your favorite vocaloid?
I love Tero. She's so great. She is actually not my favorite Vocaloid. My favorite Vocaloid is Otamachi Una, who she has like an octopus on her head. I love her. But I think out of all the, like, definitely out of the most popular vocal synths, Tero is my favorite. People do a lot of really silly songs with her that I love.
Oh,
What does Momochi Cafe mean to you?
So I was so excited when it popped up. I actually had never done a maid cafe before. I'd done a lot of other idol events, but I'd never done a maid cafe. So it was really exciting to be able to participate in their event, and just kind of see the community coming together in a new way, especially because they sold out on tickets, which was crazy. And I was just like very honored to have been a part of that. And I love the organizers. I actually work with them pretty regularly as a part of the Underground Idol Showcase team. And yeah, it was a lot of fun, and I was just really happy that I was able to help out with that.
wow.
Truly incredible. I heard your. No, wait, sorry. If you could design your own toy box, what would be on it?
Ooh, okay, so my favorite thing lately has been those boxes that look like huge letter blocks. They just look like letter blocks, and they're really big, and then you can like open them and put stuff in them. I really like those, but I didn't design that, so I don't think that counts as an answer to the question. Um, if I designed one for myself, I think it would be probably like yellow on the bottom, and then the lid would be like red and white striped, like a circus tent, and have like the scalloping along the edges of the lid. And then I just slap a ton of like rick rack, which is like the little wavy ribbon, the wavy ribbon. is called Rick Rack. I would put a ton of Rick Rack on it. I'd put a bunch of like buttons and paint some fun patterns on it, and lots of primary colors and lots of very visible DIY elements is what I love.
Do you do a show every day?
Not every day. I think that would be pretty overwhelming, but I do try to do at least one a month if I can. And if not, like sometimes in the summer things get staggered like to the beginning of the summer, and then I don't perform in like September, because I'm performing twice in June, or something like that. But I do try to do them regularly. It's also a balance between having all of these ideas and wanting to do them and wanting to make new shows for them versus like they take a lot of practice and preparation, and sometimes I have to make new costumes and stuff. So it's a balance between wanting to do a lot and also trying not to burn myself out.
How long does it take to come up with one of your shows?
So coming up with them, I think is honestly, I don't know because I kind of just do it like if I'm listening to music, I'm just like, oh, this would be kind of a fun song to do, and I save it for later. And I'll kind of do that, and then it'll be like a few days later or anywhere up to like a few months later, and I'll be listening to music and watching a TV show or like whatever. And I will have a new idea, and I will think, oh, this goes with an idea that I had however long ago, and so then I just kind of like combine them. So I have several work in progresses at any given time at various stages of idea formation. Some of them are like really, really vague right now, and some of them are pretty much fully complete. And then once I have the idea fully formulated, it's just a matter of applying to an event with the show idea, and like putting that in the application. Here's what I came up with, here's what I want to do, and then if they let me in, that's when I practice. And usually the rehearsal period for that is between 3 weeks to a month and a half, depending on the show.
That truly shows your full creative process. I'm truly amazed because she can't stay on the topic for more than 5 seconds. I heard you're making your own music. What can you tell us that led to that decision, and what can you tell us about it?
I used to write songs all the time. They were not very good. They were not very good. And so this has kind of been a return to that, and honestly, it's been really nice to kind of get back to that. I've been performing, obviously, I perform a lot of other people's songs, and I really enjoy that, but I feel like it's nice to have something that is mine and that I put my heart into, that belongs to me, that I can then share with other people in that way. And also, sometimes I don't know if other performers and artists get this, but sometimes I'll listen to a song and I'm like, I kind of wish I'd come up with that, but I didn't come up with that. It's not my song. And the only way to get over that is by making music myself.
Cool. So you do that on your show too? You do a lot of singing and dancing and puppetry
and crafts?
Yeah, all kinds of stuff. I like a lot of different things, and so I really try my best to work them all together in a way that feels cohesive, which can be difficult sometimes because I love so many things and I have so many inspirations. But, sorry, I don't know if you can hear him. I think my sister is practicing her saxophone downstairs. I'm sorry about that.
No worries. When we were doing a different interview, we had to warn him that we'd possibly hear the sound of construction. But tell your sister she's doing a good job.
It happens. I don't even remember what I was talking about. That kind of threw me off. Yeah, I like a lot of things and I try to incorporate them as much as I can.
Wow. Yeah, it shows when you love what you do.
I hope so.
Definitely. Definitely.
How do the Muppets affect your art inspiration wise?
I've seen like every Muppet movie and I watched all the Muppet Show and I watched even like the Electric Mayhem show that came out a couple years ago. Was that like 2 years ago? Was that 3 years ago? I don't know. I have no concept of time anymore, but
Neither
and
I.
I'm a very big fan of the Muppets and I really love puppetry as an art form. I just have a lot of love for it in general. But with as far as the Muppets go specifically, I really like the way that each Muppet has like such a strong personality and that they're able to um, work that together in ways that are like really entertaining. I think I've definitely picked up on their brand of humor a little bit. I think my sense of humor is probably more influenced by the Muppets than I care to admit. Uh, and I want to perform more Muppet songs. I've done some Sesame Street songs, I've done a Fraggle Rock song, so definitely more of that is on my list of things that I want to do.
Hmm. What's your favorite Muppet song?
My favorite Muppet song is probably Saying Goodbye from Muppets Take Manhattan.
Okay.
I really love like a good ballad. And that one's really, really pretty to me. Honestly, I think Muppets Take Manhattan has the best soundtrack out of any Muppet movie, and there are probably some people who would fight me on that. But it's got some really good songs.
What do you think of the new Muppet show?
The new show is great.
I really liked it. I had a really good time. And I'm really glad that it did as well as it did because that means we get more Muppets. Hopefully, hopefully.
Yes.
I feel like Sabrina Carpenter was a great choice. You know,
Yes.
not everybody is able to integrate with the Muppets, but she did pretty well. Um, and her whole bit with Miss Piggy was so much.
Yes.
It was so funny, and it was good to see Muppets like Rizzo, who we haven't seen in a really really long time, and Bean Bunny was in there for a second or two. He was just a pile of scraps before they had to rebuild him. Um, so I was very excited about that, and I had a lot of fun, and I'm looking forward to hopefully more.
Lots and lots more.
I hope at one point they have travel around.
I hope they do too. I hope they do too.
Cool.
Did you ever hear they're making a Miss Piggy movie?
Yes. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited for that. It's gonna be so good.
Wow. That would be a good movie.
I do hope this didn't feel rushed, but we're getting down to our last questions here. Are you trying to count?
I'm just looking to see what you wrote.
Oh, yes, because you ever talk like you can read my handwriting.
No, I can't read it all.
Well, technically, both our points still count. What do you have any whimsical advice for daily life?
My whimsical advice for daily life is number one, people are going to judge you no matter what. You kind of have to stop caring. Best way to do that is exposure therapy. Just do it. Just do it. People are going to judge you anyway. Just do it. Wear the silly outfit. Do the things you love. Even if it's like, oh, it's cringe. Maybe, but it I promise your life will be better for it. And with that, also just like committing yourself to everything you do. For me, I think this started out with me being really, really committed when I would start like a bit, and then there'd be like I'm always committed to the bit, but since then it's always been like if I'm a character, I'm gonna be really committed to that character. Like it's like improv. or if I decide that I want to start this project, I'm going to commit myself to that project, and I'm going to follow through and I'm going to finish it. I used to be really bad about that. I used to have a lot of unfinished projects that I are still unfinished. But so number one, if you want to do something, you just got to do it, even if you think other people are going to judge you for it. Do what you love. Number two, commit yourself to what you do. And number three, if you make a mistake, it's probably not that serious. You know, if you make a mistake that hurts somebody else, obviously own up to it and apologize. If you make a mistake that doesn't really hurt anybody else, it's fine. It's fine, and everybody makes a mistake, and probably nobody's going to remember it as much as you do. So bounce back and keep going.
That's some great advice. That could help a lot of people.
Especially because I seem to be judged no matter human, animal, or pieces of fabric.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely is judged by me all the time.
When it comes to clown or anything, do you feel like in this moment anything specific you feel like everyone needs to know about you that I didn't cover in my previous questions?
I don't really think so. I'm trying to think of anything right now. No, I don't think so, but do you want to see some of my puppets that I have?
Yay!
Yes!
I thought you might. Okay. Your warning is that this puppet has very long legs and a very long neck, so you will probably see it falling off the shelf before you see me holding him successfully.
Okay, we're waiting.
No worries!
Oop! That was a different puppet that fell off the shelf. Okay. So...
He likes fluffy.
Very. Oh,
this is
wow.
Curly.
Oh, I love it.
Nice to meet you, Curly.
He doesn't really talk.
Oh, cute. I love it.
He likes fluffy.
I like the eyes.
Thank you. They're my favorite part. They're actually what inspired me to make him, as I saw those ones and I was like, I need to make a puppet with that.
Very nice.
Definitely.
This is the other one I'll show. I have this little frog.
Aww.
Reminds me of Kermit, but red.
It's really simple, yeah. He
He's
kind of
so
is like
cute.
a snake.
Kind of does.
Yes.
But
Or
a cute
worm.
one. But a cute one.
But a cute
Yeah.
one.
He was just a really simple, quick one that I made. I have a lot of puppets, so I don't think I'll be able to show any of them. But those are two of the ones that I have in here.
We're going to find them on your Instagram.
Let's
You can definitely do that.
Yes.
And any advice for others trying to make their start as an idol?
Just do it. Just do it. A lot of people are like, oh, I'm not very good at singing. I'm not very good at dancing. I'm not very confident. The only way to get better is to do it. So just do it. I feel like the idol community is very forgiving. If you are not like at the level you want to be, people are going to support you anyway. And a big part of the fun, what's fun about it is watching people grow. So if you're nervous about it, if you think you're not good enough, just do it. And I promise that you will gain those skills and you will gain that confidence. And even if you feel like you're not where you want to be, people are going to see you for who you are, and they're going to support you anyway. So just do it.
We do have one final question, because as Elroy mentioned before, because of course we need to give everyone a warning knowing your skills. I seem to have a lot of issues with the bio putting in links. We're not sure why or what's going wrong with that, but can you, what social media can we find you on and username?
I pretty much just use Instagram. I used to have TikTok, but I deleted it because I didn't like their new privacy policy, so I deleted it. I don't have TikTok. I used to have Twitter, but I deleted it because I don't like it.
Yeah,
I'm just
sorry,
not a
we get
social
that.
media person. So pretty much I only use Instagram and YouTube. I post my videos on YouTube. On YouTube, I am Circus Party, and on Instagram, I am circus.party with 2 Y's. So, yeah, you can find me there.
That was my last normal, question.
That was so nice to meet you.
It was great to meet you too.
really
I had a lot of
happy
fun.
that you enjoyed the interview. We hope to interview idols more often. No, you already know Pipsqueak with that version of that question.
We are gonna go watch all your videos now.
I really want to thank you for being on Miss Sam's Chit Chat and thank you for the interview, 2 for tolerating these 2.
I had a lot of fun. It is my greatest honor to be interviewed by puppets and also you, Sam.
Thank you, and it's my deepest honor that you said yes.
Yeah, no, this was a really great time, so thanks for having me.
Maybe we can do it again sometime.
Definitely.
I would totally be down. You know what? Contact me after my song comes out and I'll have a lot to tell you.
I can't wait. Can't wait.
I hope you all will enjoy that follow-up. And once again, I want to thank you and good night to everyone.
Yes, good night to your puppets too.
Good night to puppets and everyone and watching the video.
Bye.
Have a good night. Bye.